कल ये नहीं किया था, कल स्क्रीन शेयर नहीं किया था, आज स्क्रीन शेयर किया। स्क्रीन शेयर में तो टाइम लगता है ऑफ कोर्स। ओके, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट द क्वेश्चंस। Okay, so please open these lines. Far from gusty waves, these children's faces like rootless weeds. Have you got these lines? Okay, so for far from gusty waves, still young. You bracket till young. Okay, till young, sweet and young. Okay, so the first question that is there is the phrase weighed down head does not refer to being number one burdened by poverty, number B ashamed at her plight, number C distressed due to difficulties, and number 4 dizzy with a headache. So weighed down, the phrase weighed down does not refer to which of these following options? There are 4 options I have mentioned. Number 1, burdened by poverty. Number 2, ashamed at her plight. Number C, distressed due to difficulties. And number 4, dizzy with a headache. Okay, I'm not audible, Pravash is saying. But I should be audible, no? Because audible input capture is given, already given. Audible input capture is already given, right? So, Praghar, tell which one do you think is the correct answer? What is the B? You said na B, but what is B? Microphone to HD, microphone to HD webcam. Can you hear me now, Pravas? Text me quickly if you are able to hear me now. I've fixed the issue of microphone. Okay, so the phrase "weighed down head" does not refer to. You said B, ashamed at her plight. Do you agree with his answer? Or it should be something else? Distressed due to difficulties, dizzy with a headache. Dizzy with a headache will be the right option, I think. Okay, because that does not refer to, like, weight down head is not related to this headache, right? Isn't it? It is related to other factors, but not with headache, because it is something which is genetic. Okay, due to malnutrition, they are having such issues. So it has got nothing to do with any headache. Headache now is sorry to go and see, because I've changed now. And you text me from there, you don't need to come. Okay, I'll see here. Text from there, okay, if I'm audible. Okay? I've changed the microphone now. I think I should be audible. Everything is already there, na, put in place. Here everything is put in place, na. Here it is there, na. It is there. It is there. Everything is there. I don't know why. Okay, so okay, next question you see. Next question, without seeing, it's not possible for you to answer actually. It requires screen actually. No, इतना दूर से नहीं होगा बेटा. Okay, so I'll ask you the easy ones, okay, so that without seeing also you can see. Tell me, the gusty waves most likely indicate: number one, survival and struggle; number two, verve and brightness; number C, tragedy and dullness; and number four, animation and alertness. Gusty waves. These are difficult questions, no? Because CBSE has changed the pattern now. It's competency based, which means HOTS based actually, high order thinking skill. All will be concept based, not on memory based actually. Understood? Memory based questions will not be asked. Okay, might be in standalone MCQs you will find some questions, hardly few questions, but mostly extract based you will never find any rote concept. I mean memory based questions. So that is why it's difficult actually. Okay, and most of you score poor marks because it's something new and something difficult. So every change is difficult for every change is challenging for everyone. Okay, so you have to bear with it, and we'll keep practicing more and more so that somehow we manage to score better marks in term one. Okay, Nidhi got a score, I suppose. Okay, I sent everybody immediately. Okay, so gusty waves most likely indicate survival and struggle, right? That should be the probable answer: survival and struggle. Okay, let me see what they have written. Yes, you are. देखो हमने फिक्स किया ना. Yes, you are बोलना. I am now audible. So you have to fix the issue, right? There might be so many issues, so you should be able to fix the issue. Technical issue is something which is difficult and it requires quick decision. Because microphone was selected default, but I want this web microphone to be the source of audio for me. Understood? So that wasn't there selected. That was some other default was selected. That is why they are not able to hear me. Okay. So anyway, now you see. Now let me explain you these few lines. Far from gusty waves, these children's faces like rootless weeds. See here, far from gusty waves means the children are away from the uh, natural landscape. Okay, because if you are growing up in the lap of nature, okay, with lot of trees around, lot of green fields around, okay, water body around, then you are likely to have proper growth, physical as well as emotional growth. Okay, like today's children may not understand this, but those you can see those who grow up in the village, in the lap of nature, they are more sturdy, they are physically more, robust than you. Okay, because city children have no contact with nature. Okay, so nature has the healing touch. Nature has the healing touch. We don't realize it, but we realize it when we go maybe during weekends. We go like in Mumbai. From Mumbai, they go in the weekends. My friends, they go every weekend, 4 or 5 hours drive from Mumbai. Okay, down to a place where there is a lot of landscape and all that. Okay, so they upload their pics on Facebook. So why do they waste so much of money and go there? Tell me. Okay, because nature has some refreshing effect on human beings. Okay, if you're tired and at the end of the day or on a on a particular morning you wake up and go to a place where there's a lot of greenery all around, then immediately there will be a change in your mind. Okay, there is a so that is why nature is said to be having healing touch on human beings. Okay, so that you will not directly experience, but if you go in the lap of nature, then you will have experience. From here you cannot experience this. Okay, you have to be able to go there, and then you might have experienced, some of you, like when you were flanked by a lot of greenery around, open space, air coming and all, so you feel not refreshed and refreshing, right? So that is very much conducive for the growth of the children. They say, I also grown up in the lap of nature. I grew up in the village, actually, okay. So I ended up learning swimming in the river itself, and my son cannot even learn in the swimming pool. Okay, and we people ended up learning in the river swimming. Understood. So why is it feasible? Because we were living in the place where there was water body. There was a lot of. Learned how to climb trees, coconut trees. Both bada tree. We might have seen coconut trees and betel nut trees, long trees, betel nut trees. If you have not seen, you can search on the Google image. Okay, betel nut tree and coconut tree. They are at least 30-40 feet high. So, 14, 15 years old in class 9, 10, we used to climb on the top of the tree. Okay, I used to carry my books there and study there at the top of the tree. My mother used to, search me from pillar to post. She was not able to find me. I was playing tricks on my mom by sitting on the top branch of the tree and studying also, doing sample paper. Can you imagine? So I used to carry my biscuits and water, everything there, because, and see, this is the advantage you have when you are growing up in the lap of nature, when you are growing up in a village. And here, and in today's generation, they are so scared. They are scared of snake. Okay, we are not scared of even snake, and snakes also did not bite us. Okay, I had a close encounter with snake on the top of the tree also. But I did not shriek, I did not shout. A snake went its own way, I was doing my own work, okay? So we are not scared because we were directly exposed to nature. That is what the poet is saying. When you are not flanked by nature all around, when then you do not have the proper incentive for growth. Actually, okay. So we are so robust in our childhood. Okay, we used to play cricket, we used to play football, we used to play, we used to swim, we used to do yoga. I used to play tabla. My sister used to sing. Okay, so we did lot of things. I tell my son, you are not doing anything what we are doing at your age. Okay, you are just starting that too. You are not excelling in academics. Okay, and think about us. We used to do multitasking. Okay, every Friday, Saturday yoga class we have to go. Music class and yoga almost every day we used to practice at home. Okay, and we had to, but 2 days teachers used to teach us, but every day we had to practice, right? So yoga, tabla, then studies, climbing, swimming, all this all went together. Okay, so that is why we learned many skills in our childhood. Understood? Now also when I go there, what is that place? Chandrapur towards from Chandrapur towards Gadchiroli, there is a swimming pool. Na? What's the name of this resort? What is the name of that resort? SS Kingdom, very good. So SS Kingdom, there was a competition. I came out first, okay, in the swimming competition 3 years before. Okay, there were 4 of us who were swimming, who knew how to swim. So yes, I was good at swimming in my childhood, so that quality is still there. Okay, butterfly stroke and all that, backstroke. So we used to all experiment in our childhood. Understood? And that also in open river, pond, all such water bodies. Okay, there was no swimming pool at that time. So that is why nature has a healing touch on human beings, on the children. So these children are away from the natural landscape. That is why, and moreover, they are the victim of malnutrition. They were poverty stricken. That is why they were born with different physical deformities. Okay, some are as thin as paper boy, some are having a weight down head, means big head. Okay, means these are the symptoms of physical deformities, symptoms of malnutrition. Okay, so these the symptoms are given here. You see, hair is something like rootless weeds. Okay, hair doesn't have any glow in it. Okay, they appear like rootless weeds. Torn around, their pallor means face. The tall girl with a weight down head. Paper seeming boy means as thin as paper, victim of malnutrition. With rat's eyes, see, rat's eyes also is a symbol of malnutrition. How do the eyes of the rat look? Protruding, okay, hollow. Their eye, eyes of the rat look hollow actually, okay, inside. So the children's eye socket is also inside, and that is also one of the symptoms of malnutrition, okay. So here with rat's eyes, the stunted unlucky hair of twisted bones reciting a father's gnarled disease. So the unlucky hair of twisted bones reciting a father's gnarled disease. A boy has inherited his father's disease, okay, a boy, and that is visible when he was reading out, reciting something from his desk, okay. And then at the back of the dim class, one unnoted sweet and young, only one boy who appeared to be promising, and that also at the end of the at the back of the classroom there was only one boy who appeared to be promising. So here some examples are given, you see examples of some boys and girls given having some physical deformities, okay. So these examples you remember, and these figures of speech they might give you, okay, like rat's eyes, so it's a metaphor, okay. Likewise figures of speech you've got to learn, like rootless weeds is a simile. So if there is a comparison given, like hair is compared with weeds, okay. So with like or as, that is why it is simile. And here twisted bones residing father's gnarled disease, all this you can see here rat's eyes is metaphor. So likewise some figures of speech are also given. So whenever you are practicing the poetry or prose extract, make sure that you learn the word meaning, each and every meaning of the word. Why? Because sometimes they ask synonyms, sometimes they ask antonyms also in the extract, okay. So if you know the meaning, you shall be able to identify the answer, okay. So yesterday also we had this webinar of how to make multiple choice questions, okay. So there also it was discussed, you should not be given memory based questions, okay. That should be all concept based. That is what is competency based questions are all about, okay. There are three types of multiple choice questions. I might have discussed with you. Have I discussed or not, brother? I was discussing, but if people were not listening, headed by Master Prokhar Bhumia, okay. What use of your height and weight if you cannot become a leader, okay? Yesterday I entrusted a work to you. Please manage the affairs there in every room, and so that children are able. They follow my lecture. But I got the feedback that people all are talking, and it was all a mess actually. Okay. So today also it will be a mess. I know, but yesterday I discussed there are three types of multiple choice questions. Okay. So you were not listening even though I spoke. Three types of multiple choice question. One is competency based questions, another is assertion and reasoning, another is case study based. Okay, assertion and reasoning means there will be two statements, one statement which will be followed by another statement. Okay, so they how they ask the question whether statement 2 is the effect of the statement 1, or if whether the statement 2 is the result of statement 1. Okay, and sometimes they also ask in option B, suppose statement B is A is true but statement B is false. Okay, likewise they ask, it means that there will be one statement, two statements, and you have to say whether the second statement follows the first statement, or whether the second statement has some connection or relation with the first statement. So, okay, so if they have the relation, if second is the effect, cause and effect, so if second is the effect of the first statement, then you have to select the option accordingly. So that is cause effect assertion reason. We'll practice. Okay, we'll practice that. For that I have to make a concept video actually, because otherwise what happens, like you're not able to see me now. Actually CBSE question bank you can download from the CBSE website. Question bank. Okay, in question bank, from question bank only I'm teaching you all this. Okay. Okay, next you see here another extract. Let me explain you. You see mark, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. Next page, this map becomes their windows, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. Break, oh break open till they break the town. Have you got? Have you got the extract? Okay, so what is the map here? See, here there is a physical map. Okay, there is a physical map in the classroom. You have to imagine the setting of the classroom. You know how is the classroom? Oh, pale, dark yellow, pale, not dark, dim yellow. You can say pale yellow colored classroom, and lot of donations are there. Okay, in the classroom, and there's a political map also in the classroom. Okay, the where the names of different places are also. You might have seen the physical map or political map. You might have seen. Okay, so now the children don't see. Earlier, like this political map was that we used to keep in our home. Two maps we used to buy from the library. One is physical, another is political map. Like this much big, see, bigger than this also. This much big. And our father used to buy globe also for us. Geographically globe आता है ना globe. You might have seen ना. ये हमारे घर में रहता था, पर हर स्टूडेंट के घर में रहता था ये सब चीज. क्या चीज? फिजिकल मैप, पॉलिटिकल मैप एंड ग्लोब जो होता है ना, ग्लोब, क्योंकि जियोग्राफिकली वो चाहिए एक्चुअली. And we used to find out longitudes, latitudes, and all these. So it was very fun. I mean, now the children are not learning in this manner. Okay, I don't know why. Education, I think, in our time was better. Okay, now it is it should be better. It should be better, but it's not. Students are not taking advantage of this technology and all that. Okay, nowadays it's become so simple and enriching also, because everything you will understand. Three-dimensional videos are there. Things are there, so it's very easy to understand nowadays. Earlier, teacher had to take the glove in his hand and he used to explain us. See, they go ye. Okay. Likewise, we used to learn. So anyway, classroom में physical map है. The writer is saying, the poet is saying, this map is irrelevant to the children. Okay. Suppose if I keep lecturing you about New York or Chicago or Washington DC, and you are not able to go there, then this lecture is of no use to you, right? So that is what the writer is saying. Okay, the writer is saying, the poet is saying, there is a physical map among other things which are the part of donation. Okay, but in spite of having such things, in spite of having a physical map, political map, this is irrelevant because the children are shut up in the slums. They are not able to go outside the slum. So what is the map for them? The map is the world outside the window for them. It is not the political map which is there in the classroom, but the world outside the window of the classroom is their real map, because this is where they are confined. This is where they are doomed to live and die. Okay, because they are poor, they cannot go elsewhere. They have to, day in and day out, they have to stay here. So what is the map for the children? The map, the world outside the window, which is visible from the classroom, is the map of the slum children. You understood what is the map? Why is this? Why is the world outside the window is called map? Because this is where they are doomed to live and die. They are destined to live and die. They cannot go outside their slum. That is why this classroom map is irrelevant for them. Understood? So this map becomes their windows, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. कैटाकॉम्स पता है आपको क्या है? बेरियल होता है ना, जिसके अंदर डेड बॉडी रहते हैं ना, डेड बॉडीज आर शट इनसाइड द बेरियल ग्राउंड, बेरियल चैम्बर. इसको बोलते हैं कैटाकॉम्स, अंडरग्राउंड में रहते हैं. Like the dead bodies are shut inside the burial chamber. Okay, likewise the slum children are confined inside the four walls of the slum. Okay, so it is also a figure of speech. So whenever you are going through, please look for the figure of speech also. That is also a simile here. The life of the slum children, lives of the slum children are compared to the catacombs here. Okay, like a catacomb shut the dead bodies inside it. so are the children who are destined to be confined inside the slums. Okay, that is why slum has been compared to the catacombs. Understood? Now you see. Now he is giving the solution. You see here. Solution here is given. Um, break open till they break the town. Break open till they break the town. He is now imploring to the people, to the NGOs, to the authorities, okay, who are responsible for the improvement of the condition of the slum children. Okay, so he is imploring them, please come to their help. Break open till they break the town. You voluntarily come and interfere in the life of these children. Okay, do something, donate something for their education, for their health, okay, for their shelter, and show the children the green fields and make their world run azure on gold sands. Okay, you create some artificial landscape for them. Okay, he is imploring or requesting the authorities, NGOs, government authorities, political parties, okay, to interfere in their life, to come voluntarily and contribute to the development of these children, so that they can live with green fields around them, and they can make their world run azure on gold sands. Gold sands and all are the metaphor for education, actually. Okay, because education is the only remedy for coming out of the grinding poverty. Okay, and this education children neglect like anything. Okay, but without this education, it's very difficult to become financially independent one day. Okay, so that is why he's saying these are all metaphorical terms. Run azure on gold sands means he facilitate education in their life, because if they are given proper education, only then they can come out of this deplorable condition of their life, and they can earn money in future. They can educate themselves, they can come out of their slums and go to different parts of the world. Okay, run azure on gold sands and let their tongues run naked into books. Let them read aloud. जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना कि आप loud reading करो, loud reading. Okay, that is the poetic way of saying loud reading. Okay, let their tongues run naked into books. The white and green leaves open. History theirs whose language is the sun. Okay, history theirs whose language is the sun. Here it is also metaphorical, means you can create, those who are educated and enlightened can create history. Okay, those who are enlightened, educated and enlightened can only create history. Others cannot create history. So education is the only remedy for the deplorable condition of these children. Only by providing books, by taking care of their education and basic necessities, improving the infrastructure of the school, you can certainly bring about a lot of difference in their life. And because history is there whose language is the sun. Okay, uh, only those can create history, okay, who is educated and enlightened. That is the meaning, actually. Okay, so we shall discuss some more, because this poem is difficult poem, actually. Okay, so next week also I shall discuss some other lines from this poem along with questionnaire. I have some question bank with me, so all I'll merge and then I'll show you. Okay, um, at home, you can question bank, you can download from CBSE website, and you can practice at home also. So let's wind up here.